General Groove on the outside, but Taiyu wins again. 2.5 to General Groove. Hero Master.
Good boy.
Why ATB? Why not?
Well, welcome to ATB-TV. I'm here with Brian Johnson, who's just got back from Dubai. How was it?
Oh, fantastic, Darren. Great trip, great day, and I think the racing was fantastic. Even the safari, had a great day at the safari, and half the crew had the little things around the head. It was a great trip. Can't wait to go again next year.
Yeah, Dubai is a special place. If you haven't been there, I think the Melbourne Cup, Dubai World Cup and Dubai in general, and Royal Ascot are very, very special. Alright, Brian, well, whilst you were cruising around the desert on a camel and your robes, we were back here trying to win a race, and we didn't have a lot of luck whilst you were away. Thank God you come back. But we go back to last Thursday at Bendigo, where we had the two runners in Lethal Arrow and Princess Hussey. Let's start with Lethal Arrow. He tried to lead all the way and got run down late by a couple of smart horses, but I thought his run was quite good. He didn't get beaten too far. Princess Hussey, she ran fourth as well, Brian, and I thought it was a pretty average ride by Bradwell Willer. He was back and he couldn't decide whether he'd go to the inside or the outside, and by the time he decided and got the run, and she flashed late for fourth, and she's really got back me all over her next start, so she's certainly one to follow. And then we went down to Terang to watch Edge of War. Once again, he got back in his run and was pushed wide and flashed home to run fifth. And look, he's on track. He just needs the suitable track and the right tempo to be able to win that race. On Saturday, we went down to Moonee Valley to watch Shiny Buttons. Look, this horse is coming along very nicely. It was a really good run. He finished fourth. His run Michelle Payne said his run just peaked 50 metres out. He's on track towards the Warrnambool Cup. Then we had El Galgo at Werribee. He was disappointing, really. He finished seventh. Once again, he was wide, Brian, and just never could get on the track. But then things turned around. Saturday night, I guess, we had the big run in Dubai with Seismos, and he's a horse that can run 2 mile, and he showed us once again he can run 2 mile. Normally in his races, Brian, he sits up first 4, and what would happen? He misses the start 4 or 5 lengths. He sits back last. There's no speed early, and unfortunately the jockey just sat there and really never gave him a go. And I thought when he got out and got going in the straight, he passed quite a few horses, and he was hitting the line strong to say, 2 miles my go, boy, and give me another go.
Yeah, it's pretty good effort. It was an on-pace track on the night. There wasn't many winners coming from behind. Most of the winners were in the first 4 or close up, and I thought you're probably right, size. He probably should have went around a bit earlier and maybe got up in the first half dozen. But like in Australia, he did pass a few, and I think there's only one horse went past him, and he only finished about 4 lengths from him. So like a good run. Only second up as well. Very
good horse. So he arrived in Marco Botti's yard today, and I'm sure that Marco will get him back in real good form for us, and we'll look forward to Ascot in June. And Brian, whilst you're in Dubai, you caught up with Marco Botti.
Okay, I'm here with Marco Botti at Maydan Racecourse in Dubai, and I want to find out about Dandino and how he's going, Marco.
Yeah, great news. Dandino is recovering well, obviously, after Hong Kong. He's back in full work, and we're very pleased how he's progressing. I think we will probably start off beginning of May. Whether we go for a jockey club as the same route as last year, we don't know, but it's a possibility he might start there. Obviously Royal Ascot, and there's plenty of races for him. The main thing, he recovered well from that setback, and he looks in great form, so we couldn't be happier with him.
That program worked well last year, so hopefully the same thing can happen.
Yeah, I think all the program will be towards the Melbourne Cup again, so he won't have many races, and just the same route as last year, and hopefully this year we will win the Melbourne Cup.
Hopefully it would be a big day in Australia for that.
Yeah, no, but I thought he ran a good race, and the Caulfield Cup, he was just unlucky to be beaten, but he's a horse, he gives his heart, and we can rely on him.
Okay, well thanks very much for your time, Marco.
Anyway, Brian, you landed back here Monday, and then it all clicked together. We had 2 runners at Donald on Monday for 2 winners. Jen Y, she managed to break through for her maiden. Congratulations to all her owners. She still did a hell of a lot wrong. She's pulling, reefing, got her head on the side. But when she straightened up and Dean got her balanced, she really hit the line and ran away from him by 2 lengths. And look, I've said all along she's a high-class filly. She's just got to learn how to race. She's a half-sister to Group 1 winner. I don't think she'll make those heights, but I think she's going to be a very, very good filly, and we're really pleased with her win. And then the Matty Williams trained Reigning Meteor, the 2-year-old, he broke through and won there the 2-year-old race. It was an interesting race because he was always favourite. But Robert Smurden, he had one in there, Brian, at $9, and it was backed into $3.10 late.
Where did he run? Second?
Got beat a nose, and there was about 5 or 6 lengths to the rest. So I think those first 2 horses are pretty good, and would really pay to follow. But very pleased to get Reigning Meteor up. And then today, I've been down to Sandown, Brian. It's a long way.
You look very smart today, Darren. Very dapper.
It's a long way to Sandown from Ballarat.
It is a long way. A good 2 hours, isn't it?
But it was worth it. Jelly Baby, the old mare, over 3,600 metres. That's almost 2 laps of Sandown. It was great to watch, actually. Yeah, she missed the start 4 lengths, going well so far. But luckily she had a lap and a half to catch up. And she charged the line, ran second, only beaten a few lengths. And next start in a fortnight, Brian, she's going around over 4,000 metres in the marathon.
I don't know. Well, she showed a bit of improvement on her last run, so it's good, isn't it?
A significant gear change today, I think, done the trick. And yeah, look, she's going to be competitive in that 4,000 metre race. She hadn't had a run for a month. And then Tayu, what did he do? He led the whole way, made it 3 in a row at Sandown.
He's flying, that horse, and he's always had ability, and he's just put it all together at the moment. And Darren's got him in great fettle, and he wasn't expected to lead, I wouldn't have thought today, but he's led all the way and done it comfortably. As
Harry Coffey said when he got off, he said, Darren, we gave me quite a lot of instructions with this horse, but none of them was to lead. But he couldn't hold him, and he led, and he won well, and he's off to Cranbourne in a couple of weeks, and if he won that, he might even sneak down to the Bull.
It'd be good. He'd be pretty hard to beat down in Warrnambool, Darren, I think.
So it's been a good week. Well, Brian, after a good week so far, tomorrow we're off to Warrnambool with 2 runners. Let's start with Listo Gaetano. First up for Darren Weir.
Yeah, expecting to run pretty well, Darren. He's been trialling well, hasn't he?
He has, Brian. Formerly with Peter Moody, but he needed a change of scenery. And look, he hasn't set the world on fire. And we're not expecting a great deal tomorrow, but it's good to be able to kick him off. He did trial well last time. And your horse, Miss Adelaide's in. She hadn't had a run for a few weeks.
Yeah, she missed that run last start when she bucked a bit going to the barrier and dislodged the jockey. And
who was on her?
Brad Wawilla.
Can't he hang on?
Yeah, well, I hope he can hang on tomorrow because he's on her. So, but yeah, she's drawn okay, and there's a little bit of speed there too, so it just depends how much work she has to do early. If she can get across early without too much use, she should be in the finish, I would have thought.
You give her a chance?
You probably need to trade chance in this field. There's a couple of handy ones in it.
Alright. And then Friday we go down to Geelong for the 2-year-old. Already like her?
Yeah, this was a nice horse, this one. It probably looked a bit disappointing first up in that race at the Valley of the Night meeting a while back. But the winner was pretty smart, and the second horse in that race went on to run 4th to a Loping.
4th to a Loping?
In the Blue Diamond Prelude, and Loping's in the slipper tomorrow. It probably faces a tough task.
Would that be the slipper on Saturday even?
Well, the slipper on Saturday even, yeah. Alex will be there on Saturday, so I better get the days right. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes here. I think it'll improve on its first up run. Show plenty of pace, but just go ground late.
I'll give you a little tip, but I don't want you to tell anyone.
Alright.
I saw already like a trial the other day. The rest of the horses in the field, they didn't see her.
There's nothing like her.
She was right in front.
That's good.
By a long way. She's going well.
Matty Williams is in form, so winner this week. I'll make it 2.
And then Friday night, you'll be down at Cranbourne to watch Mumbai going around about 10 o'clock at night.
I'll be at the NRL, Darren, in Sydney.
The NR what?
NRL with Nathan Bennett.
The NRL, Brian. What is NRL?
It's a game they play north of the border. No one understands the rules, and probably no one wants to understand the rules.
Are there horses involved?
No horses, Darren. No.
Then we got no interest. Move on.
Exactly. Move on.
So you won't be there to see Mumbai, but she was disappointing first up. But she really does need a bit of rain. So hopefully it's raining at Cranbourne.
Yeah, well, she's up to the mile as well, which will suit. But she's second up. She's a bit of a staying type, so I'll give her another 2 or 3 runs anyway. And
then Saturday night, I guess we'll just jump on a plane and shoot up to Fanny Bay in Darwin and watch our Romeo go around.
Well, yeah, hold on tie up there, Darren. You look good, I think, up at Darwin in Fanny Bay. And I think our Romeo showed a little bit of improvement last start, considering he got smashed about early in the race. I think this could be his last chance if he doesn't perform here. Would you think?
He'd want to be running well on Saturday, Brian. You know, I think there's a couple of wins in him up there, but he's no champion. But yeah, much better last time. So looking forward there, Brian. Who are you going to tip for your best going forward? Because I know what happened last week. We tipped one and it won, and they all backed it. So they're all going to be sitting there cashed up waiting for BJ's best bet.
Well, I'm thinking Darren Weir's going so well. I'm going to suggest get on Weary in the last in Rose Hill, a non-ATB horse.
What's that?
It's called Weary in the last race at Rose Hill on Saturday.
Weary.
So,
it was a good run last start.
It was a good run last start, so I reckon that'll be our get on.
Weary.
Weary.
You know what we should do?
Right.
We should pass the hat around and collect some money and then just go and buy that horse and give it to Weary to train.
We'll start with Brian Fellows, see how much we can get out of Brian.
Well, I think already like her. She's the one for me. I think she's wound up, she's ready. I was super impressed with the last trial. I think she's, for me, she's a get on.
Alright, you've heard it first here, Darren Dance. As I said last week, he does give you a lot of tips that don't always win, but at least he's prepared to have a crack.
And now, speaking of the slipper, Brian, who's your tip?
Well, I can't go past Earthquake, mate. He's
$2.30. You're tipping at $2. Any chance of value?
No value this weekend, just winner. Drawn, I think he had 15 in the Blue Diamond. You can't, if they keep winning, Darren, you've got to keep tipping them.
It's a good name, Earthquake.
Why's that, Darren?
Because Earthquake always comes first.
Well,
So you wouldn't call your horse Tsunami because it follows Earthquake all the time.
That's like you wouldn't call it Lightning because Thunder comes first.
Does it?
Darren, on Saturday I'm taking Autumn tipping winner Nathan Bennett to the slipper, courtesy of yourself and Centrebet, who...
Nathan, and he's taking his best mate up, Kane Robinson.
Well, you'd think so, but he was all along till he actually won the competition. He kept saying I think Kane was going to go up with him, so it's going to be a bit of a boys' weekend up there. But as soon as he won, the missus said, I'm going.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's true. So
Nathan, what are you doing?
So Kane's cut the sound.
You're not married yet. You can't start now.
Well, the whisper is he may have to propose in the national lands.
Oh, no. It sounds dangerous.
It does. Well, Nathan could be over the Greek Islands this time next year, getting married.
Anyway, good on you, Nathan, for winning the comp, and I hope you and the lovely Erin have a great weekend up there, and we're sending Brian up there just to chaperone and keep everything under control. And Kane, don't mind, we'll look after you, mate.
And those, just speaking of Nathan, he's in such good tipping form. Here are his tips for the weekend.
Well, Brian, I see you're back, and you're looking pretty fresh, really, after coming back all the way from Dubai. And I'll tell you what's looking pretty fresh is the ATB website. If you haven't been on there, on Wednesday we launched the new ATB website. It's an interactive site. I suggest you go in and have a look at atracehorses.com.au, and the owners are going to benefit from this going forward, Brian, because it's all interactive, and we will be able to post messages, video and audio to them live from racetracks around the country, from trials and from stables. So all the owners are going to get information now in real time to their mobile and to their email. And this Saturday, Brian, whilst you're swanning around at Rose Hill at the Slipper, we'll be having a parade at Darren Weir's Forest Lodge stables with all our racehorses that are in work, because there's a lot of owners out there that haven't been able to come and see these horses yet, or haven't seen them for some time. And then Ballarat are holding a phantom meeting, so we'll be all attending that, and we'll be able to sit down in the lounge there all together and have a free barbecue.
And it's all free, should be a great day.
And Lockley the Mackenzie, the CEO there, is going to be shouting the first 35 rounds of drinks to every patron.
That's fantastic. You really hear that at a race club, Darren, do you? That's fantastic. Well, Lockie, well done, mate. That's good stuff.
And apparently those 35 rounds are water and ice. To be expected, Lachlan. But no, we're really looking forward to Saturday. A phantom meeting. It's a great initiative. It's about getting the members and the people at Ballarat and the owners back to the track and having a great day out together and watching the Golden Slipper. Well, that's a wrap for ATB this week. A great week, an insightful week, Brian.
Very insightful, Darren. I think the culture from last week. I think you watched last week and you took it in, and now look at you today. You've raised the level. Liz will be proud.
Yeah, and there's still a chance for you to do the same. Until next week, I'm Darren Dance, and that's Brian Johnson.